the Total R&B Podcast. My name is Loreena, and today I have a singer, a songwriter from Atlanta, Georgia, who is originally from New Jersey, and she effortlessly blends soul, R&B, pop together. And she released her six-track EP earlier this year in January called "Always Be My Maybe." Welcome to the podcast, Shamba.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
Of course, thank you for taking time out of your schedule to talk with me for a little bit today. I do appreciate that very much because I know
Sure.
everyone's busy. So let me start it off the way I always do. What comes to mind when I say, what is your first memory of R&B music?
Ooh, my first memory of R&B music is actually growing up watching my mom. She was signed to So Def when I was very young, maybe like 2, 3. Um, she sings, "We're playing basketball all around the world." Put it up, put it up, put it up. So my first memory of R&B is just watching my mommy just like embody that.
I love that because I was a fan. Okay. Well, first, I was obsessed with Bow Wow like when I was
Same.
younger. So,
Me
of
too.
course, so you feel me.
Absolutely.
So, of course, I knew that song, but then I'm always that person that wants to know, like, okay, who's the person that's singing that? Because sometimes
Yeah.
they don't always put the name. Um,
Hmm.
so yeah, and then I discovered "Live the Life." Is that it?
Yeah.
Piano? Yes. So I love that song because it had like the Quiet Storm beat to it and everything, and then her voice is just so like soulful, and it was such a dope track. So I was a fan, but in Canada, we didn't
Hmm.
always get like the music and stuff.
Hmm.
So it was like hard to like keep up with some artists because some things didn't like come over here or they got imported and then the price of the CD was like $25 or something. I
Wow.
was like,
Wow. That's crazy.
trust me, it like sometimes I would be like, I would get so mad because I would want to buy the music, but I'm just like, I cannot afford this as a teenager.
Yeah.
Besides your mom being like an influence, a musical influence for you, like what other artists did you look up to or listen to at home?
Definitely Brandy. She was very, very big in my house. I'd say a lot of like my melodic choices was like attributed to her. Michael Jackson, Brandy, Lauryn Hill, Beyonce, a lot of gospel artists. So Ty Tribbett, Kiara Sheard. Um, and then on my dad's, because my dad's a DJ, and my mom and dad met when she was signed to So Def. He was Bow Wow's DJ. So
Mhm.
I actually listen to a lot of like Little Brother, Fonte, like a lot of Talib Kweli. So it's like a cute little mixture, really.
No, but that's good. But I guess it shows too because you don't just stick in one box when it comes to your
Mhm.
music. You hear a little bit of everything when you
Exactly.
listen to like a whole body of work from you. So it's not just one sound.
Yeah.
So I could see that being from in a household that's very musical with like a DJ and a singer, and you're
Yeah.
listening to all these different types of people singing as well. So
Exactly.
yeah, no, I definitely get that. So, because you said your mom was signed when you were really young and you were obviously watching her in the industry, did that inspire you to get into the music industry? Because I know sometimes kids want to like do the total opposite of
Right.
what their parents do.
Yeah, no, I was like 100% this is what I'm doing. My mom definitely inspired me. She was the number one inspiration to make me want to be an artist. From an early age, I've always said that's what I wanted to do, and I've never stopped doing it. I started writing, singing, dancing, rapping, the whole nine, just because like I've seen my mom do it, and so she definitely inspired me. And what, I'm 27 now, still doing it, so definitely.
Yeah, that's amazing. And I don't think people realize too, like how long you've been doing it because you are so young,
Yeah,
but you started this, like I saw in another interview, like you were like in the third grade and you
yeah,
were like
exactly.
doing music.
Yes, I was. I started a whole girl group in elementary school, like talent shows locally. Like, yeah, definitely very young.
Yeah, no, that's amazing that you were able to like be that discipline at that age to go after that. So
Yeah.
were your parents always like supportive of you being in the music, or did they want you to do something else? Like how was that in the early stages?
I'd say they were always supportive. Like I never had to worry about like studio time or anything like that. We've always been blessed enough to have like an in-home studio. I think they definitely still instilled like the importance of still having like an education, finishing school. I didn't graduate from college, but they were like, you gotta go at least. Like you have to see other options because
Yeah.
also like on the real side of things, my mom's not signed anymore, so she sees both sides of the industry, and she didn't want me to just be out there without like a plan B or something else going for myself. But they've always been my number one supporters though, for sure. But yeah.
That's amazing. So when you were in college, like what were you studying?
I was journalism because I always loved to write, even if it was
Okay.
songs, it was poetry, stories, different things. So yeah, I was a journalism major.
Do you think you would have done like, I don't know, be like a book author, or would you just have been like a songwriter? Like
I
if
think I think I would have been a book author for sure.
really?
Yeah.
That is dope. And so you started writing when you were really young. Do you remember like how you got started, or maybe the first song that you've written?
Ooh, I actually do remember my first song. Wow, it was called My Secret Crush.
Ooh.
I it literally horrendous. If I could find it today just to like have a little kiki moment, that would be hilarious. But yeah, I started writing just because I'm a very like expressive person and very emotional. So writing was my outlet to kind of just get my thoughts out onto paper, to like make me feel better because I'm not necessarily or wasn't necessarily the best articulate. So it was my way of expressing myself, and that kind of just morphed itself into poetry. Then that moved on to rapping and then singing and songwriting. So I still to this day just write. So it was like diary entries turned into a songwriter.
But I think that's like the best way too, because it makes your music more, I guess, authentic
Yeah,
to who you are and the things that are happening around you.
exactly.
So I think that's so dope. And then like how is the process with songwriting? Because you said like you did poetry, you were rapping, but how did you learn how to structure an actual song?
Wow, I don't think I ever even thought about that. That's a great question. Um, I think maybe just like by listening and being a student of music, kind
Mhm.
of. Like I don't feel like there's necessary. I mean, there's like industry definition, the structure of a song, but for me it's always a feeling thing, and what flows and goes next into what, like I have some songs with like two different hooks on the song just because the first one it wasn't hitting right, so I had to switch it up a little bit, or like no hook at all and it's just straight flow, and like, so I guess just listening and to what's around me, I guess, so I would say. So I never really learned. I kind of just felt it.
It was already in you. You
Yeah.
got it. All right. And so I want to talk about your EP that you put out in January, Always Be My Maybe.
Yeah.
Super dope EP. I loved it. You hooked up, I'm so sorry. I can't remember the name of the producer.
Doc beats.
Jock Beats. Yes. So super dope beats throughout the whole EP. How did you connect with Jock Beats, and like how did you come up with the concept for this project?
So me and him connected 2019, I'd say 2018, 2019, just in Atlanta. He's also like he's a rapper as well as a producer. So we just were on the same bill at a show, and then we've just been, unstoppable ever since. Some of these songs were songs we already had like worked on in the past, but I started a rom-com series because someone asked me a couple of years ago, like, if you had like a genre for your life movie, what would it be? And I'm like, my life is 100% a rom com. And I was like, wait a minute, that would be like a dope concept. So this is actually the fifth project of my rom com series. And so we kind of took what we had in the past and like created this whole world and like new songs and tweaked what we had before. And that kind of just came to be what it is today. So, yeah.
I'm glad that you said that because I was listening to your music. So I see like a thread, like a theme that's happening, but then I wasn't sure because
Yeah.
everybody could interpret things differently. But
Right.
then in your EP in 2022, definitely maybe kind of has like the same title. So I was like, is that a continuation from
It
that?
is actually. It is. Just a play on the words, because like I said, they're all rom com titles from actual movies.
Hmm.
I kind of just took it and like what it meant to me and how it reflected with my life. So definitely maybe and always be my maybe was like the closing chapter of that. It kind of closed it out. So yeah,
Okay.
I'm glad you caught that. I love that.
Yeah, no, I love like I was saying this to someone else. I don't remember who I was interviewing, but like, a lot of the music is based around toxic, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
There's no like love songs, there's no like in between. It's just
Yeah.
like everybody is toxic and cheating and bad, you know?
Yes.
So with your music, you also have that different perspective, you know? Like the rom-com, there's like, different things that are going on, but
Right.
it's not all the same. So I was
That's
like, "Oh,
life.
yeah." I really liked it, and so I caught that. I was like, "Am I tripping or is that supposed to be
Yeah,
a
no, you caught
connection?"
that.
That is dope. There's a song that you have on there that sounds different than the majority of the album, which is Johnny.
Yeah.
Who is Johnny?
Ah! Johnny is a friend who, we took the step of being more than friends, and then that didn't work. So then it was like, can we still be friends? And he's like, no, it's weird now. That's actually my favorite song to date that I've written, just because, like you said, it is so different than what I have out, like as far as my discography goes, but it still felt so me. Like,
Mhm.
I don't know how to explain that. Like, it just felt like it was supposed to be Shamba's song. but
No, I get that.
yeah,
I get that. No, it's even though it's different, it's not like crazy different where you're just like, where is she going? What is she trying to do or whatever? It
right.
still fits in. And I think too, like just looking at your page when you perform and how like your like photos are and how you're presenting yourself, it
Mhm.
works because yes, you're R&B, but you give like pop princess at the
Yeah,
same time, you know? So it still it works. So I thought that was just super cool that you were able to like mesh that into the entire body of work, which is
thank
really
you.
cool. So speaking of performances, you had your first headline
Yeah,
performance that was also sold out.
it was.
So congratulations
Thank
on that.
you. Thank you.
That's amazing. So, how was that moment for you? Because I did see some clips. You have some clips on your social media page. There was a clip that you had with your sister that was on there as well. So, how was that whole night for you?
It was honestly surreal. It felt like a dream. I felt like I was on a cloud. And usually, it's going to be so funny when my family watches this. Usually, I'm like a chaotic mess the day of a show, especially if I'm the one putting it on, just because you have so much to do, like on the back end, make sure, everyone's where they need to be. But that show went so smoothly, like, and without a hitch. Like, I could not ask for a better night. I felt extremely loved, extremely supported, and I think that above anything else just had me in that, like, ooh, I'm ready to go out there.
All
um,
that energy.
Exactly. On top of that, I was able, like you said, to share the stage with my sister. I also brought my brothers out. So that was a very special moment for me because there's five of us in the house growing up. There was five of us, and we all do music, and we're all artists. So as big as of a moment it was for me, I was like, no, this has to be a moment for everyone. Like, I need all of y'all to be there, and I need y'all to do what y'all do. And we did it.
Oh, that's beautiful. I didn't know all of you guys are in music. That's
Yes,
so cool.
we are. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to get the socials. I'm gonna have to follow everybody. Keep up
Yeah.
with everybody. That's so cool. Also, too, in your bio, it said that you got to perform with artists like Jade Nova and Kenyon Dixon. So those are two amazing artists. Especially performance wise, they're also very different. I know Kenyon is like a dancer. He tap dances. He's like a dancing with Justin Timberlake and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So, what have you learned from them when it comes to like on stage presence?
So for Jade, I would say because that was my first time doing like a tour concert type venue as big as that one. It was just like the freedom that she felt and that she exuded. She kind of like it kind of like just came on to me. I was just like, she looks like she's at peace. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It was such a and she's so sweet, she's so kind, she was pouring into me in the back. Like it was just unimaginable, honestly, how calm and just like serene she was. Like she knew what she was doing, and I was like, wow, this is great. So yeah, that was definitely an experience in a moment. And then for Kenyon, he is such like he knows like my brothers, my brothers are older than me, so he knows them from like music scenes and things like that. So he actually reached out to me, and I was just like,
Wow.
wait, what? This is crazy. What? So that was also a beautiful moment just to see because they are very different as far as like their artistry and their personalities. I think Kenyon, being that he does BGVs and things like that for other artists, he's able to see exactly how to move like in a meticulous type of way and very like calculated but still authentic. Um,
Mhm.
and I think that that just spoke volumes to me. I love being a student and just watching and observing. So it was a blessing, truly.
No, that's amazing. That's amazing that you had that opportunity to be with those artists. I know there's more that you got to perform
Yeah.
with,
Mhm.
but I just mentioning those two, and those two are just I'm fans of them as well. So I thought it was really cool, and to know that they're seeing your work and you're getting
Right.
chosen for those
Right.
opportunities. That's amazing.
Yeah. Agreed. Super dope.
I also want to talk about because you're an independent artist, right?
I am.
Yes, so I want to talk because there's so much talk about independent artists. Speaking of So Def, Jermaine Dupri,
Yeah.
was, sparking some conversations
Yeah.
about being an independent artist, of course. So I want to know from you, who's living it, like, what are your thoughts on independent versus major label, and why did you choose to go that route?
I think for me, the biggest thing, which is like I've seen a lot of people commenting in response to JD's start of this whole thing, really, is the freedom.
Mhm.
Really, I'm not gonna say I'm like stubborn, but I'm kind of stubborn. Like I want to do what feels right for me. You know what I'm saying? And for me, I think labels have like this rep of like money generated, money, what's making me money, what's making me revenue versus like what is true to the artist, what feels good for them. And I think also I have a mom who was in it, you know what I mean? So hearing her stories and not necessarily allowing it to taint my view, but she's not the only person that I've been around who's been in the industry and has these stories. So I want to be able to drop when I want to drop, tell the stories I want to tell, create the worlds I want to create, make sure that I am at the forefront and um, that what I want and my heart desires are like, what matters most. And
Mhm.
also, it's a God thing for me too. Like, the industry is very dark and twisted, well, not the whole thing, but it can be,
Yeah.
So having that discernment to say no, there's really nothing like that, honestly. So yeah,
No, that's like perfectly said too, because just speaking before about your music, how like you have the track Johnny, which is not the same as like the
yeah,
other tracks on the EP, but
that,
you have the freedom to do those things because it's in you to put that out there.
yeah,
So you don't have anybody telling you like, no, you can't put that out. You have to put
right,
this out because that's what they feel is going to generate money.
exactly.
When a lot of times I feel like they're wrong.
They, in my opinion, they're wrong because when artists like, oh, I'm done with my label, I'm done with my deal now. The music they put, it feels so much more authentic and like, okay, this is a hit. This should have been out. That's how
Yep.
I feel anyway.
It's true. Or like some albums that I found that were like shelved but got leaked. I was
Yeah,
like, this is so good.
exactly.
And they didn't want to put it out. So yeah, no, that's a major thing. And do
Yeah.
you have any advice that you would give to an artist that's coming into the industry? Because again, they put you as a rising artist, but you've been doing this from time. You've seen some things, you've experienced a lot. So what advice do you have for other people?
My biggest advice is to stay true to yourself. Understand why it is that you're doing this, and be so like firm and 10 toes in that the outside noise is not going to move you. I think that is the most important thing, because there's going to be a lot of naysayers. There's going to be a lot of yes men, and you have to know and trust what's inside of you. You know, so definitely that's my biggest advice for sure.
No, definitely. I feel that. And when it comes to the EP that you have, Always Be My Maybe, is there more that you're going to be releasing, like any visuals that are coming about, more shows? What can we look forward to?
You can definitely look forward to visuals. Of course, I'm gonna start with Johnny just because I'm obsessed personally with that song. But definitely visuals, and my team and I are definitely working on producing another show before the end of this year, headlined and self-produced, and have a different type of lineup. Some special guests. So that's definitely something to look forward to.
And I want to ask too, because you mentioned your team, and I think it's very important, artists to have such a great team, and especially being independent. So if you could give like a little bit of how you found your team, because I think a lot of people have trouble finding certain
Yeah.
people.
About to say it's not easy. It's not easy at all. I've had people come and go, who just wanted to be a part of the journey or wanted to have their name on certain things, and those aren't the type of people that I'm looking for to build with. I'm looking for lasting and long standing relationships and people who actually get it. Like get You have to search for people who have a heart for you. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Yep.
Because just like I said, they want to get their name out there. They want to be able to say, "Oh, I did this. Oh, I got them there." Those are not the people you want on your team at all. You want people who believe in your vision and trust in what you have, and they're going to help push that agenda. But
Yeah.
no yes men, of course, because they definitely have their opinions. But the
Is
way
it? Oh,
about
sorry.
no, yeah, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, because there are some people that come on for the wrong reasons. Like,
Exactly.
is it difficult to let those people go? Because some people find it hard to like separate.
Not for me. It's very easy for me just because I'm not that trusting off bat. So like we can work, but I'm gonna just be like side eyeing, like just a corner piece. Like, are you sure? Like, I don't know if this is working. Like, but that is hard for most people. So I do agree with that. It's just you have to know, like I said, if you stand true into yourself and what you want. If it doesn't align with that, it doesn't align with that. Don't fight that. Don't try to make something fit that doesn't fit. So
Exactly.
yeah.
Okay. All right. Oh, and I did have another question too. Sorry to bring it back to your mom with
that,
the the Live the Life video. Is that you in the beginning with the
that
grandmother?
is me.
That is you. Okay, I wasn't sure. I was like thinking about it now. I'm like, is that her?
Come on, Foundation, sing a song for Grandma.
Is you ever like in the dreams I sing a list of like people don't know how I go through.
Yes, my debut video.
That's so cute.
Yes, thank you.
Was that her idea to bring you in the video?
It was definitely her idea, for sure. For sure.
I love that. Okay.
And my
Yeah,
grandma,
I just
actually. So,
Oh yeah.
yep.
Oh, that is so cute. I love that. Okay, I was wondering, I'm like, I need to ask that because I like I was researching and stuff, so I came across the song again on YouTube, and then I was looking at the video, and I was like, wait a minute. So yeah.
Yep, you spotted me.
All right. So before I let you go, I want to make a playlist with you that I ask all artists to make. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot out some moods, and you're going to give me an R&B song that you feel goes with this mood.
Okay.
All right. So the first one is, give me an R&B song that always puts you in a good mood.
Always puts me in a good mood. Lucky Day Hurricane.
Oh, that's a good one.
I love that song. You can't help but smile and like do.
I love it. And so what's a song that you would play on a rainy day?
Ooh.
What gives the rainy day vibes?
Rainy day vibe. Oh my gosh, what is that song? Snow Allegra. I bet you wonder where I've been. Oh my gosh, what is the name of that?
Oh, it's not I Want You Around. It's
I got a thing for you, and I can't let go. Oh my gosh, wait, can I look?
yeah, because I know it's What You Won't Do for Love.
Yeah. What you want to do for love?
Yeah, I don't
It's
remember.
literally called Do for Love.
Oh, it is?
Yes. It's called Do for Love. Yes.
Okay. Well, at least we got it eventually.
Had to get there. We had to work on it.
Okay, what's a song you would play when in love?
Oof. Mm. When in love. Dangerously in love.
Oh, that's such a classic.
Yes, it is. Oh my gosh. And that's my favorite karaoke song.
Oh, yeah? Oh, I
Yeah.
love that. I was obsessed with that album when it came out. Like,
Yes.
obsessed. What's a song you would play when going through a breakup?
Mm. I literally have a whole playlist for this. Oh my gosh, that's perfect. I Wish I Hated You, Ariana Grande.
Okay.
Diamonds and Teal, Lucky Day, off his Algorithm album. Oh my gosh, beautiful. And then Wildflower by Billie Eilish.
Oh, yeah.
That's my favorite song. Oh my gosh. Love it.
Okay, so let's pick it up now. What's a song that you can't help but dance to?
Right now, it's Drake Nokia. Oh my gosh. That's my song.
That Yeah, but that song is playing all the time.
Oh, absolutely.
All the
Absolutely.
time. What's a song that you think has the best lyrics?
Ooh, lyrics. Lyrically, like you just talking your stuff. Wait, I have a playlist called Why Didn't I Write This? Butterflies by Michael Jackson.
Ooh, yeah. That's by
What?
like Marsha and Ambrosius.
Yeah, yeah. I always say Marsha Ambrosia, but I'm like, I know that's wrong.
Yeah, I don't pronounce her last name correct either. Okay. Sorry, Marsha.
Sorry, girl.
What's a song more people should know about? Put us on
Um,
to something.
Johnny by this artist Shamba.
I think I heard it, not
Yeah,
sure, but
I
I'm
feel
gonna
like
definitely look it up.
yeah, more people should definitely know that.
I love it. And last, what's a song that reminds you of summer?
Ooh. Ooh, that's a good one. Oh, Smoke with Lucky Day, duh.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I love Lucky Day also, so I'm kind of biased, but that one definitely fits me in like the summer feel. Dropping down, drop top down. Yeah.
So then also what I'm looking forward to is a collaboration between Shamba and Lucky Day.
Me too. That has to happen. It would be such
Okay,
a beautiful track.
right? And video.
Yeah,
Let's put that out there too. Definitely.
I received.
Well, thank you so much for creating a playlist with me and coming on the Total R&B podcast. So let everybody know where we could follow you online so that we could keep up with everything.
Thank you for having me. You can follow me everywhere at Shamba the Artist, SHAMBA the Artist. Stay tuned. Big things happening and coming to you soon.
Definitely, and a lookout for Johnny that is coming with some
Yeah.
visuals. So I'm super excited. I love that. So thank you again for taking time out of your day to speak with me. I greatly appreciate it. I'm looking forward to everything that you have coming in
Thank you.
2025 in the future, of course. This is the Total R&B podcast. My name is Loreena, and you can follow us on Instagram and TikTok at total.rb. And I will be back with a brand new interview.
Yeah.